It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. And ladies and gentlemen, this week, I'm going to talk about my most favorite franchise in the world. And if you've been here before, you know what that is. So let me get into it. But first, couple things. I want to give a big shout out to Staten Island. Got some plays over in Staten Island this past week. Gracias, gratitude, Toraba. And Staten Island, you guys are known for the legendary rap crew called the Wu-Tang Clan. Now, when I was a young man, I listened to Wu-Tang all the time and still do. Wu-Tang is a magnificent hip-hop group. Check them out. So thanks for listening. And additionally, this episode is brought to you by the album called Analog Mind in a Digital World by yours truly, the Captain Che Cortez. It's me rapping in my unique style over synthy, spacey type beats. I guarantee you've never heard anything like it before in your life. So I'll put the link below. Check it out. Now, let's get to the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, July 17th, 2025. My most favorite franchise is coming back to the tube streaming. Come on, live long and prosper. Make it so. You know what I'm talking about. Long time listeners of the podcast know what it is. I'm going to tell you, it is the one and only Star Trek. Everybody knows it. Boldly going where no show has gone before. So Star Trek has been away for a little bit. They had the finale of Discovery, I think, last year. They had 631 at the beginning of the year. We've not had Star Trek for like 6 months, maybe. And before that, they were just cranking Star Trek out like crazy. There's been a pretty long pause. And I'll be honest, it was missed. Then the last 6 months for me, it has been slightly different than the norm. A little more chaotic, a little more obstacles than the normal. Nothing that the Cap can't handle, but a little more chaotic normal. And so, during the time, I could have used my Star Trek baby to get through, but wasn't there. So I just kind of do other things. But now, my most favorite franchise is coming back. And I'm talking about Strange New Worlds. Come back, July 17th. Now, Strange New Worlds is one of the best shows of Star Trek to come out in the last decade. Last 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I remember that Star Trek came back with Discovery, I think it was 2017, we had 25, and Star Trek is alive and well. And Strange New Worlds is one of the best shows that's been out, like I said. Very positive stories that make you think. I just love Star Trek so much, and its absence was noticed. I need it right now. I can't wait for July 17th. They come back. And on those days, I take the whole day off. Just relax. Some food, chill. And just a chill day and watch Star Trek, baby, because I love it so much. So it is coming back. If you've not seen Strange New Worlds, I highly recommend you go back to season 1. And just binge the first 2 seasons. Very phenomenal show. Very well done. Captain Pike is awesome. So yes, very excited about that. Now, in this show, we see a version of Spock. And if you watch Star Trek, you know who Spock is. Spock is the live long and prosper guy, originally played by Leonard Nimoy. And yeah, so we see Spock in this. And seeing Spock just reminded me of how sometimes it can be tough to navigate emotions. In these past 6 months, emotions for me have been heavy and they've been floating around a little bit. I'll be honest with you guys. Things have been coming up I haven't really thought of or felt in a long time or at all. And it's interesting. And I felt kind of Spock-like. I saw an Instagram ad for Star Trek this week, the new show. And they're talking about the character Spock. So one of the guys on there said we can relate to trying to balance logic and emotion, even as human beings. And I totally agree with that. I was having a conversation with my lady this week, talking about that very thing. Because I kind of skew both. And I try to kind of maybe mitigate emotions slightly, more Spock-like, because it helps me achieve more things. But sometimes, bro, when them emotions is hit, oh my gosh, like Pon farr levels. Been a few times in my life where I felt the Pon farr levels of emotion a couple times. And it can be intense. So if you've not seen Star Trek, the Pon farr is like when the Vulcans mate. And if I remember correctly, it's every 7 years these Vulcans mate. And they feel a lot of emotions just flowing through them when this happens. I kind of can relate because there's been moments in my life where I felt that. and try to not subdue them, but try to deal with them or handle them or release them appropriately. Can be tough. And I'm sure a lot of you guys on the other side of this microphone can relate. I'm sure there's been moments that have been very emotional, intense. And honestly, normally, I've not felt it that much. And I'll be honest, sometimes I maybe kept them inside. But in the last decade, I've done more of just kind of releasing them in a better, healthier way. Now, I went down the YouTube rabbit hole of psychology and relationships. Read a lot of books on it as well. Now, generally, Vulcans kind of just, I don't say suppress, but they do suppress their emotions, I believe. I know there's different shows that go into it, but I think it's more like to process them in a certain way or suppress them. As a human being, I don't recommend suppressing them, but handle them very positively is the way to go. And I actively do this on a regular basis. Because let me just say this real quick. Now, I know we're kind of skewing from Star Trek, but I do want to say this. As they said in a prior podcast too, emotions could have humans doing stuff they just should not be doing. It could cause them some serious issues. So let's just try to be more Spock-like and just balance that and deal with them in a very positive way. So let me stop, preaching and all that, because you guys want to hear that. Just kind of let that out, though. And I just want to say that Star Trek, Strange New Worlds will be back. July 17th, it's coming. Get ready, baby. Live long and prosper. The captain is happy. You can hear my voice. And my girl in LA told today, bro, Star Trek coming back on the 17th. It's my day, baby. Cannot wait to relax. I feel great. Viver e boom. And viver e boom in Portuguese is living is good. I love being alive. This is facts. I gratitude I woke up. And also, Star Trek's back to the do. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you. Live long and prosper. Spock. Until next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks.